Today's adventure takes me to Ottawa, Illinois, and yes, I am standing in the middle of a farm field, and the reason being is that group of trees you see right here over my shoulder, that's a cemetery, an old pioneer cemetery. Some of the first settlers of this area are buried here. They were farmers. I believe this farm is still owned by the family that is buried here, the descendants obviously. We're gonna go check it out today, see what we can find in this old farmers settler cemetery. So come join me as we explore Trumbo Family Cemetery. Well kept. Let's go check it out. Welcome everybody to another video. Today we are in Ottawa, Illinois, and this is Trumbo Cemetery, old family cemetery going back to the settlers in the 1800s. Very well kept, very nice. Let's go check it out, shall we? Extremely windy today. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue for the audio. Let's see what some of these things say here. Some of the monuments. Benjamin Lamb, 1807 to 1855. Julia, his wife, died in 1863, and their dad, who's also Julia, 1863. So, oh, their daughter. Sorry, their daughter was Julia. So it looks like Julia died in 1863, and their daughter Julia also died in 1863. So I'm a little curious about that. What happened there? Her daughter was about 1920, and Julia was about 50 when she passed away. A lot of disease back then. And here we have Julia Lamb. This must be her original one. 19 years old. You can see it right there. 19 years old. So that's Julia's original one. Looks like a hand possibly holding a rose there. A little hard to tell. Arthur Hare, son of John somebody. Let's see if we can figure out who that is. I want to say Ward, but I'm not sure. Hard to read that for me. You might be able to read it a little bit better. And we have Rebecca right here. Very nice stone. Died in 1849. Although this is actually, that might be a marble. Because if it was sandstone, you probably wouldn't be able to read any of it anymore. And back in here, here's Benjamin Lamb. Now we saw that on that newer monument when we first came in, and you can see where it was fixed right here. They fixed that, 1855, aged, looks like 48 years old, 1 month and 4 days. And I wonder if this is, so I haven't found the one for Julia, his wife, the original one. This is great. So this says, looks like it says rest in heaven. The hand got a finger pointing up and it's holding flowers. I have not seen that before. Now I've seen it with the finger pointing up, but I've not seen it with it holding the flowers. So that's a new one for me. Can't quite see the name. Born 1807, died 1858, age 50 years. And we got a really nice Zinke over here. Always loved the Zinke monuments. This one's pretty tall too. This one's standing probably 8 feet tall. Very nice Zinke. On this side it says Parr, P-A-R-R. You can see the plow. So a farmer. Then we have very ornate, very ornate. You have the wheat. Farewell, companion dear. Farewell, thou'st left me lonely in this world of pain. Oh, may we meet in heavenly bliss to dwell at God's right hand, no more to part again. And it says, meet me in heaven, Isabella Potter, died 1859, age 26, 5 months, 4 days. Very, very nice saying. Then we have William Parr, age 50 years old. Probably, let's see here. So Isabella was 26 at 59. So probably Isabella's father, I am guessing. And this says, sleep in Jesus, blessed sleep, from which none ever wake up to weep. A calm and undisturbed repose, unbroken by the last of foes. And then we have the handshake, very common. And on this final one here, we have Sarah Trumbo, who's William's wife, died 1895 at 87 years old, so she lived a full life, that is for sure. And then we have their markers here. Here's William. Illinois pioneer, 1830. Yeah, that's about the earliest pioneers came to Illinois. It's right when they drove the Native Americans west of the Mississippi so the pioneers can come in and occupy the state. And we have Sarah, his wife, Illinois pioneer, 1930. And Isabella, their daughter, right there. Great monument to that family. Here's some more of the Trumbo family. Matthias Trumbo, 1787 to 1875. That is, 1875. That is a long life. Served in the War of 1812. Rebecca, his wife, 1794 to 1865. And then John, their son, 1819 to 1841. So he wasn't very old. Settled in Illinois in 1830. So Trumbo family, one of the first settlers here in this area in Ottawa. Look at this cemetery. Untouched. Very, very upkept, very nice. We have John, son of David and Anna Grove, died 1847. It's remarkable at 14 years old, but it's remarkable that these can still be read. Being out here, I mean, look at this. I mean, there's nothing but farm field as far as the eye can see. open to the elements, and today it is very windy, and I hope that the audio is good. I have the microphone actually under my shirt, so hopefully muffling some of the wind noise, but it is extremely windy today, and these tombstones are still in great shape. And that looks like David there, David Grove. Can't see anything else. This one's more of a sandstone monument, so they wear out pretty quickly. Oh no, this is David here. You see DG, David Grove. I see died, but can't really read anything else. Here's Mary W. Grove, born 18 something, died, it's hard to see, April 5th. Can't quite make out that year. A little tough. So Trumbo and Grove are the two prominent names in this cemetery. Parr, also prominent. Jesse Grove here, 1841, 1926. So Louisa, his wife, died 1880, it looks like. And Everett, their son, also died in 1880. So it looks like, to me, it looks like he died at birth, and it looks like Louisa died giving birth to little Everett. And back then, obviously, medicine was a lot different, and childbirth was very dangerous. And unfortunately, more times than you would like, the mom and child would unfortunately pass away. It's just the way it was back then. It was much tougher. Here's Grove, Joseph Grove. Elma, his wife, he died 1858, she in 1873. And then we have Minerva, their daughter, I'm sure, 1854 to 1856. So she was just a year or two old when she passed away. These are remarkable conditions. The willow tree up top, Barbara. Wife of John Grove, died 1853, 81st year. That is a full age, especially back then. I don't know what the average age was for somebody in those days, but I don't think it was in the 80s, that's for sure. I'm guessing around 50. 1 year old passed away there. Look at the detail on these. Look at that. It looks like you have the willow tree, and you have a woman watering something or going to a well of some sort. Rebecca is the name. Died 1856, 17 years old. Young lady there. And we've got Mary, the daughter of, looks like John and Phoebe. Can't make out that last name. Died March 5th, 18 something. 89 maybe, 39, not sure. But as we go down the row here, some really beautiful monuments. Henry, son of H&M Lead, L-E-E-L something maybe, Leal, I'm not sure, 1849, 36 years of age. Again, a lot of the willow trees, constant theme in this family, it appears. And this individual, Henry, died at 21 years of age. We're just going to go down the row here, guys. Here's Phoebe, or Phoebe, wife of John Leake, L-E-E-K, 1799 to 1889. So she lived a pretty full life. And this looks like Margaret, wife of, maybe you can read that, I can't, died, it looks like 1860s. We have Ellen here, wife of W.K. Stewart, daughter of J.M.P. Leake, 1838 to 1905. One of the more recent ones in this cemetery. And here's William Leake, way over here. This is not the full tombstone. As you can tell, it's cut off. And then we have one laying here on the ground. One of the few in this cemetery that is damaged. Most are not. We have some large trees here. There's an open area here. So this is some vacancies, if you will. I don't know if burials are still done here on the family farm or not. Now, I didn't see any signs saying this was private. So hopefully I'm not trespassing today. Jane, it looks like. Wife of Samuel Grove. Hard to tell when she passed. And here's Samuel here. See the handshake on both of these tombstones. Looks like he died about 1875. 72 years of age, Samuel Grove. And then finally, back here, we have the final grouping of tombstones. Looks like Susan A. Loy, or Susan Alloy. 1851, that looks like. Again, not bad shape for that. Not bad shape. M.A.R. Marchetti? Maybe. A little hard to tell. And Sarah Jane died August 25th, 1854. Can't really tell on the year. I feel that that person was young. And then we have the handshake here. One of the few I cannot read at all. And then finally back here, it's like we have Lancey, yeah. Died 1852. Daughter of A&M Funk. All right, guys, what an absolutely wonderful find here in the middle of the farmer's field in Ottawa, Illinois. Well kept. I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting overgrown. I was expecting maybe difficult to get to. Not the case at all. great example of a pioneer farmer's cemetery located here in that middle of that farmer's field. So thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, until next time, keep exploring.